you need to stop hitting the flop shot. I know that it's a really fun shot to hit around the greens, but it is in golf probably the most difficult shot to try and pull off. So I'm going to show a little example here of, perhaps a failed flop shot, so to speak, and then we're going to talk about how we can properly execute a shot like this without having to have that big swing, and if you see there, that ball went right in the bunker. Now, that was a swing with a 56-degree wedge. Oftentimes, people will use a 60-degree, their highest lofted club. So for this shot, we're going to hit a little bit of a baby flop, so to speak. It's just a higher trajectory shot that doesn't need all of the crazy mechanics of a flop shot. Because in reality, we don't have, greens that are rolling a 13 where we need to have some kind of crazy shot. So here I'm playing this off my inside heel. This is a 56-degree wedge. I'm going to keep my weight forward, and I'm going to slightly open up that club, swing a little bit out to in. Now, these are all basic mechanics of a flop shot, but it's a little bit more abbreviated and controlled. You can also notice that there isn't any wrist hinge. I'm not keeping my wrists super active to flick through this ball. It's a very controlled motion. By keeping those wrists not really hinging a ton, it really makes this a very consistent shot to turn to. So you can see that my upper body is pretty open, that left shoulder well open, and I'm just swinging right across the ball, right down the line, a little bit steep. Nice open club face, not crazily open. It's just a very standard high trajectory chip shot that I really like turning to on the course. Right here I'm doing some rehearsals where I'm making sure that my upper body stays active in this shot. That's another issue that some people have with the flop shot. They use their hands too much, the upper body stops rotating, and that's how you end up blading the ball sometimes. And with a full swing on a flop shot, blading that ball could go 100 yards if you're not too careful. So here are, just another steady swing. These are both of those were actually great results, pretty close to the pin. I know you can't see it. You'll have to take my word. Now, another very common issue that a lot of people run into with flop shots or with this mid-flop shot is the difference between rotation and sway. Here you see a good example of me swaying off the ball and trying to pick up a little bit. That weight is on my backside. Here you want to rotate, keep that weight forward, and stay through the ball. You really want to make sure that that chest gets away from the ball in the takeaway, and then it's going to be pointing at your target line in your transitionary move through the ball. Now, with flop shots, I think that oftentimes they're turned to unnecessarily. Most golfers would see a shot like this, which is about a 25-yard shot, with maybe 15 feet of landing area on the green, and they would immediately think, I need to send this to the moon because that's what the pros do. And, that's a fair point. The only difference is the pros play in very different conditions. The greens that they play are faster and harder than almost all of the greens that amateur golfers play on your average weekend. So it can be instinctual to send the ball up really high, but just know that you don't always need to do that. Here's a quick example of a swing that's a little bit too wristy. Again, you really need to keep those wrists active to open up that club face for a mega flop. Here, they're very isolated. Look at my right wrist, really not moving much through the ball. I'm just letting that open club face at address be the aspect of the swing that pops it up. So practice a golf swing like this. It's very consistent. You don't flub it too often. Are you going to hit it to 1 foot every time, and is it going to go crazy high? No. But this is a very consistent option that if you can practice and get some confidence in it, you're going to learn a lot, and it's just a great shot to turn to when you're short-sighted. So give me a try and let me know how it goes. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those in the comment section down below. Thank you all very much for watching. Play well, and take care.